N is for nobody, like the show is called Nobody's Fashion Week, or even you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need someone to say something about nobody. Let's do nobody. I can just take something, a little approach to nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. No, okay, well.
Or can I say something to you before?
Yes, of course you can. Yes.
Because there was later in the process, like there were some artists like wondering why we chose nobodies, because they felt like we mean like to say that they are nobodies, in the sense of like not being famous. But for us, like it was super interesting to talk about that, because for us the approach was more like, but that's always the thing with words, to be like the fashion week doesn't belong to anybody, like similar to what you said before with the everybody, or like with being aware that it's absolutely not everybody right now, that it's absolutely elitist. So that's where our nobodies came from. Maybe that gives you an idea.
Right. Yes. All right. So N, like in nobody, and I can see that nobody wants to be a nobody, and I think especially in our times where everything is divided into winners and losers, and fashion is very definitely playing strongly around that to be someone, you should follow the trends and be an influencer, and the more likes and the more followers you have, the more you are someone. Whereas if you don't have followers and nobody looks up to you, then you are a nobody and you are a loser. And of course that's not so. And I think the tricky part with fashion in the way that it usually sort of operates is that we present a persona, that fashion very much is about appearing before others. We're forced to appear. There is no unmediated way of being before others or with others. We are always forced to appear through our senses, through our voice, through our view, through the senses. And we always, of course, are very become conscious about how that works, because as we grow up, we know when we can get the attention of our parents or not. Look, mom, no hands, or whatever, we call out, and we know when attention comes to us or not. And of course, this gets more and more increased throughout school and throughout social life in general, that we get schooled, trained to know that appearances matter. Even though perhaps we say that, no, we shouldn't judge people by the surface. We know that is not true. We know that is what happens. So we have this persona. We know that we are someone that is a presented self.
And the persona is sort of an actor, is a mask.
In Greek, a persona is someone that we act out to be. But who is this person behind this mask? We never really perhaps discuss too much, or at least not in relationship to fashion. Because that person that is actually behind our appearance becomes a nobody. And this is something that fascinates me a lot when it comes to fashion. And that is this entanglement fashion has, or our appearances has, between pride and shame. Why do we lie about fashion? Why do we lie almost every day about fashion? Oh, I found it on the sales. Oh, I don't really care about how I dress. Oh, I only took what was hanging on the chair this morning. We have all these everyday lies that we tell about our appearances, because there is this tension between who we appear to be and this sense of who we should be behind, in the sense, where I am somebody and when I am nobody. And I think this is extremely fascinating when it comes to fashion. It's a phenomenon that is so saturated by emotion, but we still often treat it as if it's something that is just out there in the storefronts and out there in the museums, or something very disconnected, whereas everybody has enormous emotional investments into it. And we hide it often behind everyday lies and everyday sort of deception moves in order not to have to disclose our own discomfort with the way that we are in our clothes, in that sense. Yes.
Nice.
Blah, blah, blah. That was long. I don't know necessarily if it reached the nobody, everybody. No, whatever. Okay.
But that's...
Okay.
It's no problem, Otto, because I feel like also like, but that's my very personal artistic approach. You sometimes start with somewhere, or
No, I get it. Yes, of
you
course.
know,
Yes.
it can be just a door and you walk through it and then you land somewhere. I love that.